And good afternoon, good evening, good lord. What a way to start. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999. Glad to have you here. If you're new to the Lunch Stream and wondering what in the hell is this, then all you have to know is that this is where we hang out with you good folks for the next hour or so. We'll answer some questions. We'll do a roster review. No big whoop. We'll drink some coffee. Speaking of coffee, let me get some right now. Delicious and full of vitamins and minerals. Glad to see everybody aboard. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, check out our Patreon, all that good stuff. All right, let's introduce everybody that'll be on the panel today. We've got, of course, my heterosexual life partner, the one and only Dr. Finn Medicine Woman.
Howdy.
Also joining us is Grim the Mechanic.
Wasabi.
And last but not least, all the way from across the pond, enjoying a nice smoothie away from his daughters dancing and swearing, the one and only Mike Hunt.
Good afternoon.
It's probably getting closer to evening there for you now.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. I'm never sure when afternoon ends and evening begins. Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah, when you have to.
Here is the news.
Yeah, and here is the news as we see it. All right. Anything I need to get into, Dr. Finn, or?
Nothing yet. I've been busy working on some stuff for the ACS campaign and stuff.
Good morning.
And we'll have
How
some...
are you?
Oh, look, there's
so
Loki.
Loki showed up. Yay! We had no idea. Dr. Finn told me he didn't let me know.
I wasn't looking at Skype. I was.
You snuck in there, Loki. You just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you know how I do it, man. I like to ninja the stream every once in a
the hell out
while.
of that shit, man. I mean, just
Yeah.
pop.
That's 2 days in a row, though.
I know.
That's awesome.
Right? Look,
I miss having Loki on.
It's the lightsaber builder, the sexy Buddha himself, Sir Loki.
What's happening?
What's going on? What are you up to?
Getting some coffee and
Good,
ducking into a conference room and talking to everybody, man.
Very
Having
nice.
fun.
That's right. You deserve to be able to chill after all the damn traveling they've been having you do.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But we should have a big announcement tomorrow on the stream. Is that correct, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman?
Yeah. So yes. So we'll have some big announcements. I can tell some of the things for you guys. The first thing is we'll be kind of officially giving out the link in order to start donating for the ACS campaign that we're doing. Again, we're running a half marathon in April for the American Cancer Society, and we plan on doing a big fundraiser for that. And so we'll have some links and some other information for you guys on tomorrow's 8 p.m. Eastern live stream, our Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream. So we'll have some announcements there. Of note, also, so if you guys want to let people know, we will have somebody from the American Cancer Society on the stream tomorrow.
Yep.
It's one of the people we've been working very closely with as we've been trying to get this stuff organized. And so you'll be able to kind of hear from him, and he'll talk a little bit about what they do and, just kind of the fun things. So hopefully you guys will be able to join and kind of listen in there. And then also we are hopefully going to be able to get you more information about things we will be doing. If you remember, we did a lot for the June American Foundation for Suicide Prevention stream. Mm-hmm. And so we're planning on doing something very similar, and I think we've set the date, Ranger, for that. December 15th, right?
Of 2025, that is correct.
No. No, this year.
Okay.
So December 15th, 2018, we're planning on doing our big live stream where we'll be raising money for the American Cancer Society, kind of similar to what we did for the AFSP. And it honestly probably won't be the only one we do before the April timeframe, but we wanted to do one kind of before year end and all of that. And so we're planning on a lot of things, and we're trying to get things coordinated with them because this is obviously a little bit different than the way we did it last time. We're kind of working hand in hand with the American Cancer Society this time, and so it's a lot of back and forth. And Ranger knows, like they're really trying to help us with stuff, and we're trying to do everything we can for them, and so it's working out really great so far. But we'll have hopefully some more announcements and on that, and we'll see what we can set up for the December stream. And as we get that together, we'll give you more information.
Yep, and I just like to address. We get comments in the streams and stuff, right, Dr. Finn? And I like to read all of them. And one request is that we talk about all this stuff at the end of the stream. And fair ask. I think that's a good question. And why don't we do it? And the question is because that's silly. The reason we talk about all this stuff in the beginning is if people do watch the video from the beginning, they know what's going on. 2, it's a reminder. 3, this is a big deal with the ACS and what we're trying to do. So we want to talk about it in the beginning. And the cool thing about YouTube is you can just skip all this part if you don't want to listen to it and go right into what you'd like to listen to. So we will continue to, at the beginning of streams and stuff, talk about this kind of stuff. It's what you should do. So I do appreciate the comment, and I do appreciate you offering some feedback, and keep it coming, guys. But that's why we do it. We
like to give the RSG announcements at the beginning, and because
then spend the rest of the stream, spend the rest of the stream talking about breakfast cereals.
We are killing ourselves with diet and exercise and all of this stuff.
We really are, damn it.
It's kind of a big deal for us.
If I'm going to starve myself, then
I miss my Twinkies.
If I'm going to be running and doing all this crap, then we're going to talk about it in the beginning. It's kind of important. So, and I ain't doing all this running and crap because I'm just like, it's so great. But that's why we're doing it. So, there's that. All right, so let's get into our roster review. Today we're doing Drist Althor. So they've combined Drist Orden and Rand Althor's name to make and combine their powers to form Drist Althor's profile. And they're in Dark Lord Syndicate Prime.
I'm sensing a trend here.
Yeah, I know. The other one was also a Prime guild, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yesterday. I think it's this whole Prime segment. I don't know who this Prime faction is, but this Prime faction is overwhelming. So
all right.
You make a Voltron joke about Voltron being better than Optimus Prime.
Voltron is. I'm sorry. I love Optimus Prime, but Voltron would destroy him. Let's see here. So what are we looking to do here for Drist Althor?
Okay, so he's looking for kind of an idea about what his farming goals should be.
Yeah, I'm saying
he's saying mods is a struggle right now. He has to finish First Order in order to get BB-8, but he doesn't really know what's next after. So he's assuming Jedi Training Rey will be next. So he's just trying to figure out where he should focus on and where he should go.
All right. Let's see here. Does not have GTR. Does not have BB-8. Now, does he have the veterans? That's the first thing we knew. So
so he said he's working on the First Order. So let's start there.
Okay, let's go First Order. So let's look here.
So he's still working on the First Order. He has 3 of them at 7-star. He has 1 at 6-star. So the 3 that he has at 7-star is Kylo Ren Unmasked, Captain Phasma, and First Order TIE Pilot. So we're good on those characters. He has a 6-star First Order officer.
It won't take long to get him.
He has a 5-star Kylo Ren.
Not hard to get.
He has a First Order Executioner, a 6-star Stormtrooper. So he's actually pretty close not only to the First Order team in order to get BB-8, right? He's fairly close to having a very solid territory war First Order team.
Yeah.
With crew, First Order TIE Pilot, First Order Officer, Kylo Ren, and First Order Stormtrooper. So I think he's on a good focus right now and trying to get BB-8.
Alright.
So once you get BB-8, obviously we try to tell you guys to focus on getting the legendary and the journey characters first. And so you already have CLS, so that's good. And so now we're shifting over to Jedi Training Rey.
Dr. Finn. Well, he has a 6-star BB-8. We got to get a 7-star BB-8.
Yeah, we have to get a 7.
So that's one thing. The other thing is Rey Scavenger. 4-star. Finn 4-star. Chewie.
I'm afraid to look at the scoundrels. They're not even on here.
No.
So he has some work there with
Okay. Here's the plan. I think this is a very good plan. Obviously, you need to finish up First Order 7 stars. And that's okay. No, but we've got to get... There's no point of finishing BB-8 off if you ain't going to get JTR, right?
Well, I'm not so sure. You can put a Zeta on Finn, and BB-8 works really well.
It does, but I mean, come on, man. Let's
So here's, I mean,
here's what
the one thing I'm looking at. We said to start with Phoenix, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of gone all in with Phoenix.
Well, yeah, but that's okay. I
kind of wish he hadn't.
Well, it is.
He has 4 Zetas. He has a Zeta on Hera, Zeb, Kanan, Ezra. He doesn't have a Zeta on Emperor Palpatine. He doesn't have a Zeta on Commander Luke.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen, he went in with that team first. It's done. It's got the Zetas. I look at it like that. It's not what we recommend, but hey, they are pilots. He will get benefits from other things on that. So
I hope you're doing well in ships.
Yes, I'm sure he is. With that line, good God. But yeah, he's got Palpatine. Where's Thrawn 7 stars, Luke 7 stars. So gear wise, we need to work on those guys. Your legendary characters, you need to get to them to gear 11 at least, gear 12. Let's start. Pick a character, work on their Zetas. That's fine. Now, for these legendary events, you don't need Zetas. You can go in there like your First Order team to get 7-star BB-8. If you got a crew or an Asilo gear 9 higher, your other guys can die. It doesn't matter because those 2 alone will win the event for you, right? If you have the Omegas on them, you'll be fine, right? So if we look at what you need for resistance, this is going to be more of a test of your farm. So Scav Ray, you must farm. And then Cantina, I want you to farm Veteran Han and unlock him. Then I want you to farm Veteran Chewie and unlock him. Then take Han to 4, then Chewie to 4, and back and forth. This is what your Cantina farm is going to be for the next forever until those are done. Because getting JTR is one of those last pieces you need. Because you've got Luke, you got Thrawn, you got Palpatine, you got R2, BB-8 6-star. As long as you finish up your First Order, that'll be done. Then we can get JTR into the mix. That's another great character to add to your repertoire, and I think that is something you really need to focus in on. And I'm looking at see what else he's got. I mean, Chewbacca's another thing, but let's. I think that's more than enough, Dr. Finn, on his plate. But you do have some great pieces, that are done. You've got a lot of the legendary done, and that's one of the things that we try to focus you guys in on. What else are you seeing, Dr. Finn?
I mean, he's a 1.7 roster, so I don't want to be kind of overly critical, right? I mean, he's building up a lot of the right characters.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a lot of movement in the right direction. What I am seeing, though, is a lot of unnecessary geared characters. So that's one thing that you may want to slow down a little bit.
Stop that.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know what the reason was, and maybe there was a reason at the time, right? But he has like a Zam Wessel that's at gear 7 and 5-star, and you're probably not using those anywhere. You want to focus in like a Jedi Knight Guardian that's gear 8. We want to stop, especially with the current environment of the game, right? The kind of the fluff GP or the empty GP was a GP that's not really usable in a lot of places. Although it's possible, depending. Let me see what his guild GP is, because it's possible that it's a 153 million, yeah. So for the guild that you're in, that's going to be a lot of empty GP, and you're not going to want to have that. And so you don't want to start gearing up characters to like gear 7, gear 8, gear 6, none of that. At most, it's level 50, gear 1, simply to get additional storage for mods. But I don't think you're at that point where you need that either. So for you, even at this point, when you do like a marquee or something, unless you plan on taking that character all the way to gear 11, I wouldn't even bother unlocking the character because it adds unnecessary GP to your roster.
Yeah.
And I don't think you have a whole... you have 444 mods, so you still have plenty of room in order to add mods and store it in your... without having it on a character and all of that. So I would not bother even unlocking characters unless you're actually taking them all the way to 7-star. And not 7-star, sorry, gear 11. I would also focus on gear 11 instead of gear 12 for a lot of the characters, because gear 11 is pretty much all you need as a free-to-play, and it looks like primarily you're a free-to-play player. And so just focus on getting characters to gear 11. You have a lot of characters that could still use that focus. We mentioned Commander Luke, Thrawn, Emperor Palpatine, Vader, Kylo Ren. If you want to start working on the First Order, then First Order Stormtrooper. Like, you have a whole host of characters that you can start focusing your gear on, that you don't need to start just bringing characters up to anything besides just leaving them as a little flashing unlock me type thing, because it's just going to add unnecessary GP to your roster. So just keep on working the way you are. I think more focus towards gear 11 instead of gear 12. And only certain characters need gear 12, and as you come across it, we can let you know kind of what those are. I mean, you're in a faction with Grande and Sanely, so I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help you in terms of like kind of focusing on one thing or other. But
well, I think we've got the plan. We need the next stage, right? Is finishing First Order, and then let's start getting that farm going for JTR. Those characters specifically.
Yeah,
we've got to finish Scav Ray. We've got to finish Finn to 7 stars. We've got to get Han and Chewbacca, the Viagra brothers, ready to go. It's the next step. So let's worry about those. That's your farm right now. So we've got our farm characters. Gear's not a big deal with those. Whatever you got, gear 9, 8, 9 is fine. CLS, R2, Thrawn could be your projects to gear, and Zeta. I don't really care which ones you want to go with. Pick one and then start worrying about those. And then you said mods was the next big thing that we were looking at?
Yeah, so he wanted to have us look at his mods, and so I'm going to go into his mods. I just kind of looked briefly at how many he had, but if we look at his speed secondaries, I mean, it's not bad. He has about a little more than 5 rows of double-digit speed secondaries, and so that's a good amount. That gives you a solid team. For the most part, they're on your arena team. There's a couple of them that are scattered a little bit. But I mean, overall, they're all pretty much focused on your Phoenix. So you're doing a fairly good job. The one thing I am noticing, though, and this might be largely because it had changed just recently, is that you don't have a lot of speed set. And so it's not only speed secondary that matters, but it's also the speed set, because it's a 10% increase on your speed. That just kind of gives you that extra 10 to 15 extra speed that you don't need to get from the secondaries, and there's no other real way to compensate for that. So I would start working on you're focusing too much, I think, on 6E. 6E is going to be a waste in terms of stats for the most part.
Stop it.
They don't provide much with the secondary stats. They do provide you a bonus with the primary stat, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
For your ships, it may provide you a bonus, but I was looking at your ships, and while you have a high-level Ghost, your Phantom's only 4-star, and I mean, that's going to hurt you more than the 6E mods. So I would fully stop your 6E farm. There's no reason to take mods to 6E. Especially though some of them you've taken to 6E, and I'm not entirely sure why. For example, you have one on Chopper. Chopper's is a health diamond that you took up to 6E, and it only has a 5-speed secondary. The primary is just defense that you can get from any diamond, so it's not a special thing. So
no more 6E.
No more 6E.
That's what we're saying.
Right. So overall, just to kind of understand what mods are, right? Some people have, and it's common, right? You see what the maximum level is, and you kind of get into the mindset where you want to go all the way. Like you feel like you have to get these characters to gear 12 and 6E and all of this stuff. That's not the name of the game. That's the name of the game if you are a whale or a spender. Because part of it as a free-to-play is knowing how to manage your resources properly so that you can build your roster so you can be effective in all of the different aspects. And so 6E is definitely a whales game. What 6E provides is a bonus to some primaries, and maybe the right column mods have some extra benefit, but you don't just take them to 6E for that reason, because you get more benefit out of taking a mod to 5A from 5B than you get from going from 5A to 6E. And there's also less mats required and less expensive mats that are required. So with the amount that you have in terms of 6E, it makes me think that you have been spending your guild tokens on those currencies that are in the guild store. And you don't want to do that. Your roster lacks characters with gear, and so I would stop getting those mats. You don't need those mats. Start getting gear from the guild store if you're not getting the characters and stuff from there already. And like, for example, if your Sith Assassin currently has a 16 speed secondary mod on a purple potency. If you take that to 5A, there is a chance that speed can go up to 22. That is more benefit than going to 6E, because 6E will only provide you 1 speed. And so from now on, focus on taking your mods that are above 10 speed secondary, and it looks like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 mods that you can currently take up to 5A. And you have 2 of them that are purple, you have 6 of them that are blue. So just start taking those up to 5A. 6E is a distraction for free-to-play. That is how you will fall behind in your roster. 5A is what you're looking at. Gear 11 is what you're looking at. If you go beyond that, you start falling behind.
I don't have 116 mod on any of my characters. Not one. Why? Because I'm focusing on getting all of my speed mods to 5A. That's it. That's my priority. All my speed secondaries are going to 5A. Especially all the double-digit ones. So until that's done, I'm not even thinking about 6E, Dr. Finn. So if I'm not thinking about it and I had almost 2 million more GP than this person, then you shouldn't be thinking about it either. And that's because there's no cost benefit yet. Not saying in the future you won't be doing a buttload of them. But for right now, we do need more mods.
It's the new player in a free-to-play trap. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
It gets you to spend your resources on the wrong things, so you start falling behind, and then you get to the point where you feel like I can't keep up, and then you may spend money. That's kind of their trap in the game.
And we are sick of the trap, and we're going to do everything we can to keep you out of the damn trap.
Exactly.
Get that crap.
If you're spending, obviously everything is going to be different. Your roster is going to be raising at a higher rate than what yours is right now. But with where yours is going, no more 6E, no more Gear 12. The focus is Gear 11 and 5As.
That's all you need.
And that'll keep your resources focused on getting you the most bang for your buck with the way that you're spending your energy. And no more buying those mats in order to get 6E mods from the guild store. That is going to set your roster behind because you need geared characters. You don't have a lot of geared characters that you can effectively use, especially at a 153 million GP. My guess is that you're going to feel like you're not able to contribute in territory wars. You have your Phoenix team, which is definitely a good solid team that you have. Outside of that, you're in a kind of a hodgepodge area. You're running like a Boba, Kenobi. I mean, your next characters are Boba, Kenobi, Asajj, Mace, and Luminara. There's not much synergy there. Oh, and Dooku. Right, and so there's not a lot of synergy there. You don't have a full Night Sisters, you don't have a full Bounty Hunters, you don't have like a full Jedi or clone.
Well, the Bounty Hunters will be the next team that you actually work on after you get this stuff prioritized. But you can even, once you finish your first order, then you can, any hard nodes, because really, well, no, you can start incorporating some of the Bounty Hunters in their priority being Boss, right? Bosk and Dengar for the Chewie event, because we want to get the Chewie event too when it comes back around, right? But there's a layer effect of getting these characters groups and the legendaries are priority first. Once you get done with the legendaries, then you start working around the legendaries on all those characters, right? With those squads. And the good thing about focusing on these teams is it starts unlocking characters that you need for other things for these teams, right? You actually get whole teams out of it. Think about, what you're going to need for BB-8 that gets you your first order team. You get resistance out of trying to get JTR. So there is benefits to doing this. It's not just the one character that you're actually getting some benefit from by doing this. So mods, we know what we need to do. We know what we need to do with characters. Anything else, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, that we need to look at?
No. I think the only thing that I would say, and it's not a negative, it's a common thing that happens, is that you're looking at kind of maybe some of the higher end rosters in your guild and trying to build your roster accordingly. You don't want to do that. You want to go more focused as a free to play, kind of focus on what your final goal is. Don't look at others because they're moving targets. And so you don't want to have moving targets as what you're focused on. You want short-term goals. push for it, and then move on to the next short-term goal in kind of a long-term scheme. And so your short-term goals we kind of went over, more focused on characters, less focused on 6E mods. Use your energy in order to get more 5A. Start with the top down.
Yep.
Farm some speed set mods.
Yep.
I would actually not even farm mod mats for a little bit.
Yep.
And just farm speed set mods because you basically have like no speed secondary speed sets.
Yep.
And so just keep on focusing on your roster and pushing forward. I think you're off to a good start here. It may not be exactly what we would have recommended, but your roster is moving in the right direction. And so just continue what you're doing, and I think you'll be on a good pace, especially in your guild where you'll be getting Treya shards and stuff based on where. Assuming you didn't take a break and your GP is kind of just based on where you're starting. Once you get Treya unlocked, you want to prep yourself to get Treya. Nihilus. I didn't see his Scion. I saw his Nihilus.
I didn't see Scion either. I looked
where's
through.
His Scion?
I see Nihilus.
His Scion is 4-star.
Scion
is a character you want to work on now because as soon as you get Treya, what you want to do is get Treya, Scion, and Nihilus all geared up, and that'll help you push tremendously in your arena. And just that combination alone, whatever other characters you want to put, you can put Emperor Palpatine and Dooku if you want to. It doesn't really matter. Those 3 characters alone will help you push up in arena. Mm-hmm. And so start working on your Scion, start gearing up your Nihilus, start gearing up those factions we mentioned, like the First Order, and yeah, you're moving in the right direction here.
There you go. Anything else?
Let me double check, but I think that covers everything.
And if you have more questions about what you need to do and stuff, Dritz, just like anytime we do a roster for anybody and everybody in general, we have a Discord. It's set up. You can message us directly, especially if you've done a roster review for you and you have questions about what it is we're telling you to do and focus and things of that nature. If you're not sure about something, please let us know. That's what we're here to do, is help the community. Because that's what it's all about, Dr. Finn. Anything else we need to look at?
No, the only thing he mentioned, and this is fine, and he said he doesn't really know what he's doing with mods, and so he's just kind of been going with we went over that, but if you want more details, I mean, just hit us up in the chat, whether it's us or the community. Like, we have people that know what they're talking about with regards to mods, and we can definitely kind of get you focused on the right track here.
All right. So thank you for letting us do that, Dritz. Let us get into some questions there, Dr. Finn. We got 1 day and 14 hours left on the old Revan event. Should I take my chances and roll another $6.99 crystal pack, see what happens?
As long as you don't have a 7-star character, like, it's worth the price.
I don't have any, but I only have 2,000 crystals though. I only have 2,000 crystals, so
I mean, it's worth the price to me. I expended my crystals on that pack. I knew I wasn't going to get Revan anyways, but all the crystals that I had saved up, I used on that pack because it's a fairly good deal with even $6.99 and the average of 12, which is about what I was getting. But if you get lucky,
well, let's see what happens. I'm going to do one. Let me do one here. Let's see what happens. Let me see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. I got 10 of T3 M4. That's kind of what I expected. Oh no, Dr. Finn. I was denied, Dr. Finn.
Even with 10, it's a good value.
Well, because let's see where I'm at with my Old Republic.
That means you're getting them for 70 crystals a shard versus from shipments is 80. So even if you get 10, it's still a good purchase.
Let's see, I've got Basila, almost 6-star, and then that's it. Everyone else is, I'm working on either 2 or 6-star or 5-star, but it is what it is. Well, my luck is awful, Dr. Finn. I only got 10. That's kind of what I expected, I could roll 2 more times, but then I'd only have 77 crystals left.
You could roll 1 more time and just save the rest.
That's, you know what? Screw it. I don't care anymore. Let's see here.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Let's see what happens. Alright, I got 15 division.
There you go.
And then we'll buy 1 more time.
Oh, you're buying 1 more time?
Yeah, let's see what happens. 12 more of T3. Alright, so that's it. I'm out of crystals. I'm out of life, Dr. Finn. I played Mega Man too long, and At least I got vision up to 5 stars, so I guess that's all right. But not that I really care. I just did that for you guys in the chat and stuff.
All right. So let me bring up the questions here because our soulless one is
There you guys go. I bought some packs. Shadowville, you all kind of them are probably happy. There you go. I had no crystals to do dick with anymore, so all right, Dr. Finn.
So first question from Hellenix. So now that the Revan event is nearing its end, how many folks are y'all seeing quit? My 6 guild family had 1 more quit overnight. Let's hear it for CG. Good job, CG. Good job.
I had a lot of people telling me they're quitting or have quit.
Dude, there's people on my shard coming back. Put it that way.
Yeah, the opposite's happening on mine. So
I got a dude on my arena right now, so I'm sitting at like 8, and there's a dude at the top. He's got 1.7 mil GP.
I am seeing that for a lot of players.
And I swear, man, this guy, like, I know he quit a long time ago, and he just magically came back. I was like, he's probably collecting crystals the whole time, and then just dumped everything on.
Okay.
Public, so.
How are his mods?
They suck.
Yeah, I don't think he was collecting crystals the whole time. He probably literally quit and came back. We have people that were doing that on ours too. Yeah. Like they just straight up like quit, never played, didn't take anything seriously. They have like the worst mods, but they just use Revan in order to climb now. And there's a lot of people that are getting pissed off. It's like, okay, well, apparently Revan means that is better than having all of these months of like farming mods and everything. Like Revan can get you to the top, and people are getting upset.
Yeah, people are quitting all over the place. I mean, I'm basically done with this game. I'm just throwing that out there. Dr. Finn, you know how I feel about this. I mean, I can't beat Revan. The guys in my shard, it's an old shard that have Revan. Congrats to them, but it's basically neutered my trade team and stuff like that. I even tried some other teams. I was like, I can't beat this. Revan goes first, no matter what. They burns down your main character, and you're like, okay, cool.
Have you tried Night Sisters with Xeris? I think that seems to be one
I know,
of the
but I don't want to play that team in Arena. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like,
I know it's not a
you know, that's the thing. Is like, well, there are counters. Sure, there could be a counter to it, but it's like, you know, it's retarded. And CG, you created this mess. I think that's why nobody likes you. And you pissed off the community, and I'm seeing a lot of people that I know, friends of mine that you know, whales too, that have quit. They've quit this game because they're like, why? You know, why should we continue supporting this? You know, and I can't give them a great answer because I'm in that boat. You know, me and Finn both are here because we love the community. We're here to help you guys, right? But oh no, guys, we're not quitting. I'm just saying I'm done supporting this game in the sense that I'm not spending any money. I'm not encouraging people to spend money on this game. But that doesn't take away the love and passion we have for you guys. I mean, this is why we do what we do, because we think you guys are incredible, right? But when the game doesn't become fun, then I have 2 goals in life: make CG's life an effing nightmare, and 2, help you guys. That's my only goals in life. So
you better watch out, man. They're gonna get Grande to come on the call. You know?
He can come on the call, and I'll boot his ass out too. I'm not in the mood for that shit.
They're gonna bring in the cleanup crew.
They can, but I'm not in the mood for that. My mind's made up on this, and I'm sorry. I mean, I've never seen a game that requires this kind of money to play it. I mean, I went back and looked at a lot of games I played in the past. A buttload of games, whether it's PC, console, things of that nature. I have never seen people having to spend on this type of game, right? I even look back at the MMORPGs I played, WoW, the Old Republic. I didn't even come close to spending the amount of money that I've spent for this game. That's City of Heroes, City of Villains, the original Star Wars games, Star Wars Galaxies, Warhammer, EverQuest 2, all the games I played on Xbox, Final Fantasy, all these games, right? It did not require, even with a monthly subscription, $14.99. $14.99 a month, I remember the Old Republic. I got a crap ton of stuff I could go do. Compared to $300 to get a character in Star Wars Galaxy here, let's get the hell out of here.
I think what happened recently, and there's some people quitting. I think it was on Jedi Academy where Warrior said he really didn't hear people quitting, right? And it makes sense because it depends. Again, we discussed this before. Like the high end spenders and the people that don't spend anything don't really feel this, because the people that don't spend a lot are super casual. They're like, yeah, I wasn't expecting to get it the first time anyway. So it's like, oh well, we didn't really notice the cadence change or anything like that. Like we knew we weren't going to get it. At the high end, there's also the people that are like, yeah, well, I was going to spend anyways, or I was going to get these characters. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't really care. And then they also get an advantage over the low spenders. And so it makes sense that way. The group that are more upset are the ones that are kind of in the middle. And so they're just spending a little bit here and there. And so they're the ones that are more thing. Now, what I think is happening isn't necessarily quitting to a large extent. I think what's happening is that there is a bigger disinterest in the game, because I'm getting the feeling more and more, and for those of you on the Discord, you know that I'm kind of getting to that point as well, where it's one thing to need money, right? All these games are a business. They're trying to provide something, and they're trying to make money in order to kind of keep it going, and I mean, all of that is fine. This game is starting to feel like you need money in order to play versus you pay in order to have more fun. Most of the other games that I've like paid for stuff, and it's always you're paying in order to have fun, and you never got the feeling like you had to pay, but you wanted to pay because it enhanced your fun, it enhanced your experience with the game, and it seems that aspect of it is being lost in this game now. And it may be the whole the EA thing. EA has a habit of doing that with their games, and a lot of people play it for a while and then they'll stop. But during that time, EA makes a lot of money, and so it's just the kind of the way that it works. It's up to each individual kind of how they want to do it, right? For me, the fun is no longer in the game itself. The game is just kind of the mode in which I talk to people in the community.
Oh yeah, the community.
And so for me, it's the community. It's my guild.
Best community ever.
Like that's what keeps me going. Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's what keeps me going. And so like yesterday, for example, and I saw the question, and we'll get to it. I didn't even do a single arena battle or fleet battle. I didn't even bother with my dailies yesterday. I just don't care enough. I was doing Heroes of the Storm. I was playing Idle Miner, which is a really fun game on mobile, by the way. Like you don't have to do anything. You sit there and just watch as your little miners get gold, and for some reason it makes you feel all happy. Like it's one of those really silly games. You just leave your phone plugged in and like charging up, and just watch it as your miners go and collect gold and stuff for you. Like it's just a fun, silly game. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff where you can just have fun. You play for fun, and you play for whatever causes you enjoyment. And for me, it's the community, and so that's why I'm going to stick with the game. And I think Ranger's kind of in the same boat, where we're sticking with the game, not because of the game itself, but just because of the awesome community that you guys are.
Yeah.
And so we'll just kind of continue with the way we go.
Yeah. TC Crunchy Cookie 123 says, I'm sorry to hear the negativity you have towards this. Might want to hold back a little of your comments if you truly want to make this game fun for others. Well, TC, I'm sorry, but you're absolutely wrong. We speak our mind. We say how we feel. I'm not going to hold back. But that's not going to have any impact whether you have fun with this game or not. This is just our opinion. This is what we view it to be. And there's still great things about this game that you can have fun with. However, there's other things that are trumping it, no pun intended, that are making it less fun. There are aspects of the game that we enjoy, and helping other people is something we enjoy doing. But we're not going to limit our comments. And even no matter what Ranger says, people are going to have fun in the game regardless. They're going to listen to Ranger, and they're still going to go in the game and have fun. We're just giving our unvarnished opinion of what we think the state of the game is, and that's the way it is. Now, you can take that, look at it, use critical thinking, make a decision, listen to what we're saying. You can say that you agree with it, you disagree with it based off the evidence and things that we bring forward, or you can say, you know what, that's cool, Rangers, you know, I respect his opinion, I still have fun with this game, and I want you to have fun with this game. You know, so that's all we're saying.
Just, I'll ask this question to all of you guys, and it's not something. This is kind of a question that you can just ask yourself. You don't have to put the answer or anything. But when was, and I know for me it was a long time ago, but when was the last time, like after a long day's work, right? And a lot of you guys are on that schedule and you can't play the game all the time. You're maybe hopping into the bathroom in order to get like your noon or your 1 p.m. energy and all of that stuff, right? When was the last time that you really felt like you got home and you're like, you know what? I just want to relax and do Arena in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Like half the time that I talk to people, it's like, damn it, I have to find a way to sneak in Arena in order just to get the crystals before my wife yells at me because I'm playing at dinner. Like there's never the I don't hear people often, and there are some, so it depends on your own experience. But just ask yourself that question, right? I don't hear a lot of people saying, yeah, my favorite thing to do after I get back from work is just to kind of sit down, relax, and do arena battles. Because at this point, it's like, oh, I have to do raids, and I have to do territory wars, and I have to do territory battles, and then I have to do arena, and then now there's squad arena. And none of those are on my own schedule for the most part. I have to just go ahead and do them. And so people are getting more frustrated with that. It's more like you're kind of continuing to do it at this point. And so it's up to you. If you continue enjoying the game, then continue to enjoy the game.
Yeah, we encourage you. We encourage you. Listen,
it's all about what you.
If you want to spend money and that's what, and you want to, and you enjoy the game, rock and roll. Absolutely. You know, you can only just take what we say and apply it to you as you see fit. You can take it or you can leave it. It's not a be all end all proposition. We just state our mind. We just state our reasoning, and then that's it. We give you a sense of where we're coming from. We've been playing the game since launch. We've done everything in the game and what we think about things, decisions CG has made.
Except 7-star Revan.
You know, so yeah.
We don't have to except 7-star Revan. But we have Loki.
Minus that, yeah. Well, that's why we have Loki. Loki could say everything about it. We got Mike and some other people. So there you go.
I love this game, man. That's all I gotta say. So great.
See? So Loki is one that enjoys it, right?
Loki enjoys
that's why
it,
we do things in a panel, because we have different people of different opinions.
There you go. See?
Loki loves the game. He is the sexy Buddha, so
that's true.
Gotta love
science. Okay, let's get to some more questions.
All right. Next question is from Brad Burgess. Question: attempting our first heroic Sith raid started last night. When trying to mod for the phases, is it more important for specific turn order or focus on specific sets, primaries or secondaries? You want to take this one, Mike? You still here? I think Mike is muted.
Mike is no more.
Mike is muted. He's here, but he's muted.
He's probably dealing with the daughters.
I'm here. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
So
okay.
Dealing with the daughters.
Loki, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, for me personally, I would focus on. I wouldn't even really focus on speed. I think there's only a few you need really speed on. Like for example, I think phase 1, I still put a fast BB-8. But everybody else I do, what do you need for Jedi training Reagan? Is it critical chance and offense and crit damage and stuff like that? Yeah. So, that's what works for me. I don't do the biggest scores in heroic Sith. I mean, I probably do, I don't know, 14, 15 million consistently. But what I do is I load out like my best crit damage, crit chance with offense secondary sets, and I put those on obviously the attackers. I like to do Visa's Mar like phase 1, like load her up with a lot of offense and crit damage, crit chance, and I don't know if you need it on Resistance Trooper. I think you just need him to land the exposed, so you probably want to put crit chance on him. I'm not going to go through every tune, but it's like I don't think speed is that important in the heroic Sith.
No.
I think you only need. I'm sorry, what was that?
Except Chex Mix. Chex Mix has to be.
Yeah, Chex Mix, but it's like you have to slow down stuff, right? So, yeah. Like if you want to talk about phase 3, like Chex Mix, I just put the best crit damage, crit chance, offense set on Han Solo, and then I make I think it's Death Trooper. I make Death Trooper like really slow. Like sometimes I go in there with no arrow, just so I don't need the 30 speed on him. And then just follow that. There's a lot of videos on it. Finn's talked about it a bunch, and you just follow, I guess, if you want to say that turn order, but I don't think you need to run speed mods on every tune on that phase either. And then phase 4, just get that Night Sister team up and running. It's good. You'll like without even trying, and you'll get the little pattern down where you have Talia and you have to do the it's Talia, right? So you have to get Talia to you have to get all the protection taken away, and then Talia's every time she does her basic, then she gains 50% turn meter, and then you just heal until she gets 100%. You just keep doing that, and like even on that team as well, I just use offense mods, offense secondaries, and then crit damage, crit chance stuff on like Asajj Ventress and probably Talzin. But yeah, I'm not seeing a big priority on like speed secondary mods for the Sith raid anymore.
All right. Next question is, we have 2 questions very similar, so I'll just ask them both. We have one from Makwa that says, question, should I Zeta first, Revan's third direct focus, or Jolie that looks pretty bad? And then question from Shadow, question, what is the Zeta order on Revan? Should I Zeta Jolie before Revan, second or third Zeta? Loki, you want to take that one too? Because I know you've been playing around with Revan a little bit.
Yeah, God, I banked all 3. I just did all 3, but hang on, I gotta fire this thing up. I'm gonna look real quick. But it definitely, you gotta do the leader on Revan first. I think Jolie, you can probably do him next, but you have to do at least the leader, and then I think it's is it Savior that needs one of the uniques. Hang on a second, I'm firing up the game. No, Savior doesn't have it, I don't think. I can't even tell anymore. No, because we need Zeta. Like it doesn't tell you anymore. I mean, I gotta fire up GG, huh?
Oh, you're just trying to figure out which abilities it is that has the Zeta? Remember. It's the direct focus. Omega, yeah, it's the direct focus, it's the leader, and then it's hero that has the Zeta for his unique.
Yeah, so I think it's General of the Old Republic is the leader, right? So you gotta do that one. And then you gotta do the
I mean, I like the direct focus because it increases the cooldown.
That sucks.
I don't know. Are you still with us, Loki?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'm cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit there.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I like the Zeta on direct focus to increase the cooldowns and whatnot. Yeah, and Hero is really nice also because now it makes him immune to stun and ability block, and so he gains a lot from that. But when you're comparing it with Jolie, right? If you're using Jolie so the question then becomes, are you going to plan on using Jolie, right? Because if you're using Jolie, you need that Zeta. Because otherwise he's not reliable.
Jolie, like if your shard has like a bunch of Night Sisters, that Jolie Zeta, I mean running Jolie and putting the Zeta on him, well let me back up. You can't run Jolie if you don't have his Zeta. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to Zeta him to run him. And it will give the Night Sister teams a pain. I mean, it's tough. Even like a mirror match, like there are guys running Revan, Bastila. Is it Revan, Bastila, Grandmaster Yoda, Old Ben, and Jolie?
Yeah. And
everybody's like Zeta and all. Dude, even with a Revan team, it's hard to take that team down. And then if you modded Jolie correctly with like 16% 6E mods, like. Dude, that guy's like a tank, man. Like even if you direct focus him, it's gonna take him a while to go down, and he'll end up just healing himself back up. So he's really a pain in the ass. But going back to the Zeta order, I would do Revan's leader, then direct focus. Then if you're gonna run Jolie, and again, the problem with Jolie is you gotta Zeta him. You have to Zeta him, and you gotta Gear 12 him so you can put the 16%. Mods, the health mods on him, the health primaries. Because if you run all 16%, you can get his health to like 70,000 or something like that, which is ridiculous. So, in mods in general, I mean, it's like once you start seeing these teams with a bunch of 6E mods with protection and health, like they can't even bring in Imperial Probe Droid and blow them up because they have so much health. It's stupid. But anyway, I would go that order again. Jedi on Jedi Knight Revan, just do the leader and then direct focus. And if you're gonna go Jolie, then go with his Zeta next. But if you're not gonna use Jolie, then I would do all 3 on Revan for sure.
All right. Next question is from Nathaniel Morgan, and he says, question, I am not a God. I am not a Grande minion. Can I get a roster review?
No.
So normally for everyone else, yes, but for you, no.
How dare you?
Next question from Nick Merck. Question, if you could only farm one mod type and mod set, which set would it be and why? We can go around the corner. That's kind of a fun one.
Mod set?
Mine is speed.
Yeah, I'm with you on speed. I think my secondary one would be crit chance.
Mine would be speed and crit damage. Actually, no, offense now. Offense and crit damage. Those would be mine. What about yours, Loki? What's your top 2 sets in order?
I don't know. I'm torn already, man, because, I've always been about speed and protection, but with the whole mod thing that happened, a lot of my mods just suck now, so I have to, refarm or rethink how I'm going to do stuff. But right now, I'm really liking protection. Or, I'm sorry, not protection, it's health. So it's health sets with health primaries and health secondaries.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy stuff in TW on, fighting against MC and Wallet Warriors and all that. And it's just, you see tunes now, you see a Night Sister zombie. I think there's one dude in MC that's got I think he's got 80,000 health on his zombie, which is insane. And if you think about that, it's because zombie has a health synergy with all the Night Sisters. So imagine fighting that thing. And it's got 80,000 health and 18,000 protection, right? It's so funny to see, but I'm liking health a lot, and I'm liking I'm still speed is still, I think speed is still good, but you don't need, it's not like before. There are just other stats that just got such a big boost that you got to rethink it a little bit. I like crit avoidance now. I didn't like it before, but I get it. You got somebody like Zalbar that has a crit avoidance, or he has a crit avoidance already in his unique, and if you put a crit avoidance 6E arrow on him, it's another 35%, which is pretty incredible. And if you've fought Zalbar teams in territory wars, he won't die. So I get it. And it's not something that I've farmed in the past. So, and I've probably sold a bunch of them. So those would be my 2 right now, is health. It's actually just health. And even if I get a speed set with health primaries, I'm cool with that too. So.
All right. Next question from Nathaniel Morgan. Question, should I gear the clankers to beat Revan? It seems more consistent than the other quote-unquote counters. I've started to see that. A lot of droids with T3 showing up in order to beat Revan teams. I mean, they seem like they would just die on defense. And so I would say no. You will be used as a climbing stone all the way up to the top by anybody else that's there.
But if it adds fun,
it's fun. Yeah, it does seem like it's a pretty fun squad. But
I tried that squad out today in Forest Moon, and I was amazed at just how well it cuts through it.
Yeah, Forest. Yeah, it's almost a joke, right? What did you run, HK with L3 and BB8 R2 and B2? I think that's what I ran, and it's stupid easy.
What did I run? I ran HK, IG88, IPD, T3, and who's the other one?
You have to run L3. You need that.
No, I didn't. I didn't run
Wow.
L3. Here
That's
it is.
cool. I'm
Here.
gonna try that team then.
She can be a liability in that because she always comes up with the taunt.
No, that's it. HK, BB-8, IPD, IG-88, and T3M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that was the 5. The heal comes from T3.
Yeah.
On the Omega, which is gives them back 50% health and protection or something. There's great synergy going on there, and of course you don't have to have them uber fast because HK gives them the turn meter.
Yeah.
So you just want them hitting hard, and that's all that droids do, or most of them. So I must admit I've dabbled a little bit with T3 until today. I'm impressed, and I think Ranger alluded to that. There's definitely stuff about to occur with droids. I mean, we know that because there's a droid's ship tag, so we know that there's something that's going to be happening with droids. And I was going through. I've been chatting to viewers of my vid today, and I was saying that HK, if you were a hat raider from the beginning, you've got HK and you've got IG-88. You've also got 86 as well, but you've got those 2 droids, and the rest are all new. IPD we've been given through the dark side territory battle. BB-8 we've got through his event, and the same applies for T3 is a droid that everyone's farming at the moment. And there you go. I've waffled on too long.
It's all good. All right, next question. I think this one goes to you, Ranger. And the question's from Helenix. And he says, UWall12 to RSG Actual. Do you copy? We have a mass Kaz. I repeat, we have a mass Kaz. JK Revan destroying Squad Arena. Requesting airstrike. Over.
Fire the Fruton torpedoes on that. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Oh my god.
All right, next one is from Eric Estrella. Question: what is the percentage to aim for in Heroic Sith with Bastila Jedi team? I mean, I would still say it's 5%, right? Is there? Because I've seen higher scores, but I would think you wanted like a minimum of 5% with that team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
that's minimum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In general, good rule of thumb is 5%. Unless, like, so obviously the 5% always assumes only like 20 people in your guild have the squad. If you're in a guild that has like 50 of them and you want to expend them all, then obviously it goes down to like 2%. So it depends on your guild a little bit in terms of what your target percentage is, but in terms of a good score, about 5% is your typical good score.
That's right.
Chewy, the question: what the hell is going on the road ahead? We have no idea. We're waiting.
I mean, I think we're gonna get it next year, in January, for the road ahead,
and it'll be called the road behind.
Yeah. What we didn't say.
Well, what is it? Sixth month is February, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's been the theme now. So. So we'll get Malik in February is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just don't care.
No. Next question, Nathaniel Morgan. Question for Finn: do you think players who don't complete their dailies and fall to the doldrums of arena rank should be allowed to stay in their guild? Are they hurting their guild by missing Omegas? It is up to the guild.
Yeah.
If my guild wants to kick me out, they're more than welcome to. Yeah, I just he's saying that because yesterday I mentioned like I didn't do a single fleet and I didn't do a single squad because just going in and forfeiting just to get dailies just doesn't seem worth the time anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm not even bothering with that. Next question, Nathaniel Morgan. Question is: C-3PO comes to the game. Will Finn run Ewoks to restore his passion for the game? No.
No.
I already mentioned this before. I have no issue spending money on a game. It's never been about that. It is how the game is run and managed. And this game has been poorly managed for me since the beginning. And that is when I decided I wasn't going to give another dime to the game. And so it has nothing to do with fun or anything like that. The game is, in my opinion, poorly run. And they're not doing anything in order to change it, or really they tried with the community effort, and maybe from their PR perspective, they've been doing better. They've been doing a better job of like talking with the community and all of that, but it doesn't change what's happening. It's like they do this always, where they like try to distract you with one hand while they like smack you across the face with the other. Word. And you can only look at the other hand so long before you get smacked repeatedly. So okay. Next one, Short of the Jedi question. How much does this game need to make to be profitable? The estimates I'm seeing online is 71,000 per day. I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know, but
I don't feel the need to go through their financials. I'll just be honest. I don't need to go through their financials. They run their financials and they know whether or not it's working or not. I know people.
It's working. It's working.
All right, let's try to scroll through a few more here, because now I'm starting to get work emails. Next one is Don Carlo question. Would some new events make up for Squad Arena misery, and what would you like to see as an event? No.
No, God.
It's forced time. The problem is not Squad Arena. The problem is forced time. There's nothing you can do at this point that'll change the fact that there is a forced time constraint on when you have to fight in order to do stuff in Squad Arena and Fleet Arena. Mm-hmm. It doesn't cater itself to people's schedule and doesn't allow them to play when they want. You're forcing them to play. It's the same thing with Territory Wars, because 2 p.m. is an awful start time for people in my guild. There's some people that can only attack in the last hour, because their free time to play is literally just kind of like this 1 or 2 hour span. And when it's at the end of Territory War, it's like, okay, well, I missed all the other territories. Now let me see what I can do at the very end. And we're not full clearing, and so sometimes all this left is like Treya teams. It's like, oh, I can only kill one Treya team. What am I going to do with the rest of my roster? So it's stupid that they have kind of this forced schedule on you. And so, no, any changes like that is really not going to change anything. Mm-hmm. JVU, question for Loki. When are you going to put out a new video?
Yeah, Loki.
I don't know. I'm going to get with Mike. I want to collab with Mike, because he's still doing it. I've just been busy, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Captain Obvious question. How important is R2-D2 Zeta on a Rebel team? CLS, Han, Chewie.
Number crunch, yeah.
Number crunch is important. Combat analysis can be important, but it's still not crucial. Hold on.
Let's see here.
Fat Tony question: what gear level is it viable to switch to Revan for Arena with only Zeta on his leader? Currently, I can beat all Revans on my shard using Night Sisters, but I fall overnight. Didn't Remon just make a video with him using a Gear 8 Revan?
Yeah. Or something like that. I don't remember. I remember seeing the video.
I think his title was Gear 8 Revan beats Arena Shard or something like that. I wouldn't go below Gear 11 just roll because it puts a target on you, not that you can't beat the team. So I would say Gear 11 is.
Yeah. Treya's dead. Revan destroys Treya. I mean, it destroys it. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Great, I love it.
You love it. The rest of us are like, yeah.
Well, you love that aspect, but there's a lot of people that have Revan that aren't happy with the fact that there's people without Revan that are just jumping up. So Penny Pinch asks a question to that point. Guy who has never been in top 50 got Revan and is now climbing to the top 10 and wants in the shard chat. How long till we give him a chance? Oh, by the way, the day you guys quit, I'll also uninstall the game. There's a lot of that going on.
So there's 2 viewpoints on this. One is that, hey, you pay to win, you should have a chance, right? The other is, but what have you done other than just pay, right? You get all these other people that have farmed the snot out of all these other characters, right? So there's two sides of it. All of a sudden somebody's coming up out of nowhere to say, "Hey, let me get in the shard chat." That's got to be your call. Every shard is different, so I can't speak on every shard and what they should do on this issue. People come and go. If someone new comes in, I've always had the philosophy is if you stay consistent and you want to be if you do show that you can want to be there and stuff, I don't have a problem with anybody doing it. But coming out of the blue and just say, "Give me," no, they gotta show that they want to stay there and that they can that they want to stay there, But they did pay. So, if someone pays to get a chance, it sucks for the guys that, if there's a 2 million different GP and someone that's 1.3 wants to get in there because they have Revan, I mean, what do you say? They paid for the game to have that opportunity. I mean, I think everybody's going to have to deal with that on their own, but I think this is one of the things of consternation that's happening with the community. Is like, so this person that just started has 1.3, 1.5, 1.72 million. It's Revan, and all the rest of us are like, what they didn't get is like, Jesus, one character, really? But they did pay. That's what the model is. So it's hard to argue.
Hey, at least Revan is good, man. He doesn't suck.
He's not. He's beyond not just he's good. He's OP. Revan is OP as hell. I mean,
he's lazy.
Better than Jango Fett.
He is better than pretty much.
He's a lazy character. It was disappointing to me seeing his kit. It was literally just a copy of like a hodgepodge of this character. There was very little, if anything, like unique about his character besides just the volume of text.
When he takes his mask off, it's going to be Mace Windu underneath.
No, I'm afraid not.
Why? What difference does it make at this point? They've already ruined Revan, Ranger. Let it be Mace Windu.
No, why not? Screw it. He does have the purple light. He does have the purple lightsaber. That's not wrong. But
all right. Next question from Klebo. Question: getting shards from Galactic War Store. Do you get more shards from the shard shop with 4 ships or 5 character shards? 4 ships by 1.
Yeah.
It gives you 1 extra currency.
There you go.
Ziglet question: is it worth star farming in the guild store and fleet guys like the Gamorrean Guard, Tusken Shaman, Echo, and Kit Fisto?
Kit. So
depends where you are in the game, right?
Yeah, like I'm still like you can see here the characters I have. I've got a lot of 7-star characters that are just 50 that I'm just not doing anything with. I just don't care. I'll get them if I get anything on bronzy and things of that nature. But Django and Embo eventually I'll work on Sith Marauder stuff. But some of these characters like Tusken Shaman, I mean, Ugnaught, Jedi Guardian. No, I'm not. Unless there is some needed use that I see that is a benefit, then I'm not taking them past this point. Oh, I can take Tusken Shaman to 6 stars. Why not? Let's do it. I mean, I have these guys where I have them just because I've just gotten character shards for them, not because I was actually actively farming them. L3 is the only exception. So, maybe one day. But I don't do MTGP. I don't just do GP to do GP. I do it because I'm working on the character. Plain and simple.
All right. So we have 2 questions.
Let's do it.
First one is from Chewy.
Sure.
He says, what if Mace's lightsaber is Revan's lightsaber? That's why he was so gray, just like Revan.
They both use Form 7 and 8. So 8. I'm too done. Interesting theory. Too bad they're 4,000 years apart, so that's not possible. So let's move on.
No, it could have been passed down from generation to generation. It could be the same lightsaber.
It's a different hill.
It could have gone to somebody like Loki during that time.
I know Loki customized
Revan's lightsaber for Mace Windu. That's science.
Loki. Well, in the Star Wars canon lore, Loki is known as the greatest lightsaber builder of all time.
Do you deny these claims, Loki?
No.
There you go. See? That's science.
You heard it here. The scoop is on.
Next question, Captain Obvious. What gear level and star level should Hoth Rebel Soldier and Colonel Stark be in order to complete TB missions?
So Stark and who?
Hoth Rebel Soldier.
Hoth Rebel Soldier and stuff, you just need like gear 8. Stark's a different story.
You don't even need him at gear 8.
Oh, yeah.
Just get him in there and just have like CLS take over.
Right, that's pretty much what it is. Now, Stark's a different ballgame altogether. You need Stark not only minimum gear 11, but you need him fast, 230 plus on his speed. I'd say 235, especially when you get to the later missions in Darkside territory battles. That's the only way you can do it. Now, I beat the special mission, but I use a fast Stark with the Veers lead, Snow Trooper, Death Trooper, and of course you have to bring IPD in there as well. So, but with that lineup, you should have no problems. Because once Stark goes and Veers goes, it's over. You get so much turn meter and you're doing so much offense. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Stark's a good character.
Yeah, he's a very good character, especially for the Imperials.
Yeah, he's got to be the fastest one because he's the turn meter generator.
Once he goes, if he goes before they do, you win. It's that simple on that final day mission. If he doesn't, and they get a chance to go and start doing all their whoopity-doo assists that they do, like 9 hits, you're like, wait, what? Then you're screwed. All right.
And that's it for questions.
Hey! Woo! We did it, Finn. We got through another show.
Hooray!
Yay, we did it. Did it. Make sure you guys give us a thumbs up on the video. Helps us spread out the content. In YouTube world, if you haven't subscribed, please do. We do a lot of live streaming. Finn, we're going to be streaming tonight. We're going to do a Battlefield
Tuesday night
stream.
PC gaming.
What time are you guys starting that?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. So I will start Battlefront before then, so you guys can get some Battlefront in, and then you can get Borderlands.
We're still deciding on the game, so we'll announce it a little bit closer.
Sure, we don't know what's going on yet, but we'll do some of that. That's what we do here in RSG. We do a lot of live stream for you guys, and then tomorrow we'll do the lunch stream. We got the big Wednesday night show, which is the longest running Star Wars Galaxy Heroes live stream in the community. What episode are we on? Like 9,000 or I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
And then we got more streams for the rest of the week. So a lot of great stuff that we've got going on. So just subscribe and you'll know when we're doing it. If you haven't joined our Discord, please do join our Discord. If you have questions, it's a great way to meet not only a great group of people that know the game very well, but there's just a great group of people in general. And we'd love to have you come to our Discord, hang out, just shoot the breeze. That's what it's there for, to have fun. And then if you'd like to support our Patreon, help us to keep putting out the content that you guys love us to do and stuff like that, then please check out our Patreon. We did hit our first mark and then someone changed her, so we're $5 short of our first mark again, Finn. But that's okay. We've been focusing more on the ACS stuff, and we'll have more news announcements about that tomorrow night. So on behalf of myself, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, English Mike, Grim the Mechanic, and Sir Loki the Lightsaber Builder Extraordinaire, thank you guys for stopping in. We really appreciate all you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you later on tonight. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.